guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is Waffle House, the Roman Colosseum of the South.
Yeah, we've got a little cable.
You didn't know if it's Roman or Roman.
No, the Roman Colosseum of the South. I can't believe we didn't go to Waffle House.
We literally the whole time before we were like Waffle House, Waffle House.
Yeah.
As soon as we got back to Jersey, we were like, oh my god, we didn't even think about it once.
We didn't think about it when we were so busy and we had so much we had planned and stuff like that. And it was on so many lists of foods we need to do. But the final list we did, for some reason, we did like a final week before. Or it might have been on there, and we were meant to do it one day, and we decided to do something else because it was closer, then we just completely forgot about it.
It's on the list for next time, 100%.
Yeah, well, it was on the list for last time, but we forgot. But we definitely will do it. 100%. Waffle House for a Roman Colosseum of the South. Fat Electrician, check him out. I think this is the Fat Files channel, or something like that.
Easy moved rooms.
Yeah, it looks like he has. Unless he does this channel from this room and his channel from the other.
Oh, this is a different channel.
But yeah, he's got two different channels. Smash that button, smash the subscribe button. We do really appreciate it. Does really help us out. Are you ready?
I am.
Waffle House, the Roman Colosseum of the South. What we got?
Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. I actually debated on which channel I was going to upload this video on because on one hand, we're going over a business and the business model that it has. But on the other hand, this restaurant is basically the Roman Colosseum of the South. And I'm pretty sure if you eat there enough, you actually get a deployment patch from the U.S. military. Regardless, I wore my schnazziest tank top for the occasion.
Okay, fair enough. I like it.
Today we're talking about Waffle House. Okay, just to be completely clear with everybody, I was pretty sure I was not going to get caught off.
Yeah, you see his tank top. He's got a bow tie on it and everything. I like it.
Because Waffle House is already absolutely crazy. I started looking into it and then found out that Waffle House is somehow connected to the Manhattan Project from World War II. So they managed to actually surprise me, and we're going to get to it right after a word from our sponsor. All right, Waffle House. Our story begins with a gentleman by the name of Tom Faulkner. This man graduated from law school at 23 years old, passed the bar, and immediately gets drafted in 1940 in the days leading up to World War II. Because he graduated from college, he's presented with two different options. He can A, go straight into officer training, and that's a 3-year commitment, or he can just be a normal draftee and go in as an enlisted soldier, and that is a 1-year commitment. Now, you got to remember at this point in time, like 1940, while World War II is currently going on, America's not involved yet. The attack on Pearl Harbor has not happened, and prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the American people did not want to go to war. Because of that, Tom Faulkner figures, hey, we're not actually going off to war. I don't want to waste 3 years of my time just being in the military, not actually, you know, fighting a war or whatever. So he chooses to be a draftee. Goes into the military as an enlisted soldier, E1 private. From there, goes off to basic training. As soon as he gets through basic training, the attack on Pearl Harbor ends up happening. America enters the war. He immediately opts to go into OCS training and commits for 3 years. After he completes the officer training course, he actually gets slotted to be a counterintelligence officer where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret. I cannot reveal it to you.
You can actually tell in the interviews that he gave later on in his life, like in his 70s, 80s, and 90s, that he's still not sure what he is and what he isn't allowed to talk about. But he did that basically it was his job to try to sneak onto military bases, not as military personnel. So he would basically disguise himself as like a painter or a carpenter or whatever and try to infiltrate a U.S. military base to expose weaknesses within the system to help counteract enemy spies. So he does that for a couple of years, and then one day he ends up getting orders
that
like,
must be
hey,
quite stressful.
That sounds like a very cool job, I think.
It does, but I think I'd be stressed about what if I get found out, like...
Yeah, but if you get found out, but he is a US, isn't he? So the only stress I'd have is what happens if they think it's an immediate threat and shoot him or something. But if he gets found out, if he gets found out, then it's just a case of, oh, well done. There's no flaws in this base, or this one isn't a flaw. Try again, I guess, you know.
You're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's like, okay, for what? And they're like, don't fucking worry about it. Just show up. So he shows up in Tennessee and he's given his orders. And those orders, I'm paraphrasing here, but they're essentially, hey, here's your partner. You two are going to hop in that truck and you are going to drive it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Los Alamos, New Mexico. You guys are going to dress in plain clothes.
That's a long drive.
What's inside the truck. You're not going to talk about what's inside the truck. You're going to take this map and take that exact route. This route avoids every major city and every major highway. You are going to drive straight there 53 hours straight, taking turns sleeping in the passenger seat and not stopping for any reason whatsoever. And he does this for the next year and a half, pretty much non-stop. And then like
that is a long time.
Yeah, but that's important cargo. Like what they can't know about and they have to get there.
Yeah, but like that must be so stressful.
Yeah, that would be because
like, imagine if you got, well, I don't think you'd probably get pulled over in those days, would you, I guess? Maybe not.
Well, no, you could get pulled over back then.
Like imagine getting pulled over and be like, what's in the boot?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You're not allowed to look though, and I'm not allowed to stop.
Yeah.
20, 30 years after the fact, he finds out that he was actually hauling the majority of the enriched uranium for all of the nuclear testing and the building of nuclear weapons. Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II, at which point he gets out of the military, moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agency. Now, he does that for about 10 years, and during this time, he ends up selling the house right next door to his to another guy by the name of Joe Rogers, and they pretty much become best friends. Joe Rogers was also an Army veteran. He was actually a pilot that flew B-24s in World War II. When Joe got back home after the war, he did not want to go off to college, so he actually just took the first job that he was offered, being a short order cook at a now defunct restaurant chain known as Toddle House. He worked his way up, becoming a restaurant manager, then eventually becoming a regional manager. And then one day, his neighbor and best friend, Tom Faulkner, real estate agent, always looking for the next investment, comes to him and is like, hey, I'm thinking about opening up my own restaurant. I can get the real estate deal going on that side. I just wanted to know, like, if I opened up and bought a franchise of Toddle House, would you be willing to run it for me? Now, at this point, it's like 1954, 1955. Joe Rogers has a ton of experience inside the restaurant industry, and he basically tells his best friend, like, hey, don't open a Toddle House. You should start your own thing. Toddle House's business model isn't that great. If you start your own restaurant, I will help you run it. He then goes off on vacation with his family, and by the time he comes back, Tom Faulkner has already bought the real estate and comes to Rogers and is like, cool, what's the business we're starting?
Where's Pancake's house?
What?
We stop at Pancake's house.
And within the span of...
I love that though, just for blind optimism, like...
Yeah, I've done it. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah,
What's it going to be called?
I suppose back then there weren't phones. When he's on holiday, he can't text him saying, boom.
It is what it is.
So Ross was like, yeah, I bought it. Come on.
Let's
you
do it.
told me to do it. Let's go.
like 6 months, the very first of what is now the legendary restaurant chain of Waffle House opens. And Waffle House is legendary, probably for all the wrong reasons. I mean, even if you've never been to a Waffle House, you've heard about Waffle House because, well, I mean, Kid Rock got in a fight there. You've got Haley Booth, the viral Waffle House cook known as the last chairbender.
Wait, what?
There's entire subreddits and YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to
God,
all the
maybe we won't go
fights
to
that
Waffle
break
House.
out at Waffle House. I remember the first...
I thought you meant like just because the food is just so bad for you.
Well, I thought it meant because the Jonas Brothers made a song about it.
I did not even know
House.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go on, give us a rendition.
No, I can't.
Last time I went to a Waffle House, I stretched first, I grabbed a GoPro, I was ready to yell World Star, Nothing exciting happened. I just had delicious breakfast at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is probably 99% of people's experiences because despite all of the negative PR, Waffle House makes a ton of money and has an incredible business model. Okay, Waffle House had about $1.4 billion in revenue last year, which is about $650,000 per location. And when you take into consideration that each Waffle House is absolutely tiny, that's really impressive. Out of the 2,100 tiny Waffle House locations, their yearly stats are 58 million cups of coffee, 124 million waffles, 153 million servings of hash browns, 272 million eggs, which is about 2% of all the eggs consumed in the United States of America, and 85 million strips of bacon. Yes, I did the math. That is about 8,000 miles worth of bacon.
I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
So Waffle House is obviously doing something right. What exactly are they doing? Well, it all comes down to their business model and their branding. Now, with the Waffle House branding, all the negative PR about fights always breaking out at Waffle House, in a way, has actually helped them out a ton because Waffle House, by and large, is pretty much a regional chain. It's primarily down in the South. Yet, Waffle House has become a household name pretty much everywhere in America. You could have never even seen a Waffle House, and you already know Waffle House is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and they serve breakfast. Why do you know they serve breakfast? Because their name is fucking Waffle House. I mean, look at this sign. You're driving down the road, you see that, you know everything you need to know. They sell breakfast. The end. Do that with another breakfast place. If you're not from there and you don't know what a Denny's or a Perkins or an IHOP...
The thing is, it is quite funny because literally yesterday, when it was like, what do you want? I was like, oh, this was for dinner. Like, last meal, tea. Do Americans call it dinner?
They call it dinner.
I think you call it dinner. And I was like, fancy breakfast. I was like, I fancy a full English.
No one does that in
You
Jersey.
have no idea. It's just a restaurant, maybe. Waffle House, they're selling waffles, which means there's like a 99% chance they sell other breakfast food.
Yeah.
Fucking sold. I'm in. So already the branding is absolutely incredible, but here's the true genius of it. Why did they call it Waffle House? Why didn't they call it Breakfast House or Bacon House or Hash Brown House? It's because waffles had the highest profit margin. I cannot stress enough how absolutely genius that is, right? Because you don't need to sell breakfast, all right? Everybody's already in on breakfast, okay? I could be blackout drunk at 4 in the morning and you could ask me, hey, do you want breakfast? I'm coming up like the Undertaker every single time. And then you go, the only thing open right now is...
That's probably the best time to have breakfast. Yeah. Oh, I love a breakfast. Oh.
House. Okay, I was already sold on breakfast from the get-go, but because Waffle House is where we're going, guess what I'm getting? A motherfucking waffle, and they're making more money. It makes sense that Tom Faulkner was a counterintelligence officer because the man literally said 2 words and has already subconsciously tricked you into ordering the most expensive thing on the menu that makes him the most money. So the branding of Waffle House is both simple and brilliant, and the rest of the business model matches that to a T. Okay, all Waffle Houses are like virtually identical. They're very small. They only seat like 30 people, and you can actually see the cook making you your food. Now, at a glance, you're just like, oh, they're just going for that like 1950s drive-through type of a vibe, which they are, but there's way more to it than that. Because the restaurant is so small, the kitchen never has the opportunity to get bogged down, meaning that they're moving tables very, very quickly.
Yeah,
so instead of having
one
kitchen and 100 customers, you've got 1 kitchen and 30 customers, and you can just turn those tables over 3 times faster, which pretty much guarantees that every customer is going to get exactly what they wanted. Okay, they're not going in there for 5-star dining. They're going in there because they're hungry and they want breakfast, and now they're going to get breakfast really quick in a small setting that doesn't feel like a packed restaurant where they have to wait in line to be seated. And I know what you're thinking, what if one Waffle House just reaches its maximum capacity, right? What if it's just completely full with a line out the door 24/7 every day of the year? Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No, we're going to take the same parking lot, and right next to that first Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House. Okay, the plan is working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is one of those things that seems dumb, but is actually brilliant. So obviously, speed is key to this business model, and they've done themselves a big favor.
They've literally built 2 Waffle Houses next to each other
with their menu, because their menu is overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally one side of one piece of paper. Okay, the entire menu is comprised of like 10 things. They have waffles, sausage, bacon.
We need to get our order ready.
Right, my order.
Old store special looks nice. With are they hash browns with top left, or is that like scrambled egg?
Where?
Top left, old store
Where's
special. Do you mean top left?
That's gonna be like egg, I think.
I don't know, no, because there's poached eggs on there. But they're not crispy.
Oh,
let us know in the comments. But old store special, what is that in the top left?
Oh, it's grits.
Oh yeah, it says at the bottom.
Okay, so what I'm gonna get when we go.
Yeah.
Is I'm gonna get obviously gotta get waffles.
And we're sharing whatever we get.
Yeah, waffles.
Oh, look at that hash brown bowl. Sausage, egg, cheese, hash
we're getting
brown
that.
bowl. That looks so cool.
We're getting that. We're getting the waffles. We're getting the cheese and eggs with bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. And we're also gonna get.
We've got to get a waffle. We have to get a waffle.
I said that already. That's my first thing.
Oh, did you say waffle? So I was
obviously we're going to waffle.
I was still thinking about the hash brown bowl.
And then we got to get the bacon cheese melt.
And I'll have the Waffle House coffee. She don't like coffee.
And I'll have the orange juice done.
Wow.
The only thing I would not, I don't think I would eat is, well, I guess we have to try the grits, but.
Archie can try the kids' cheeseburger.
Oh my God, for breakfast.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, because Archie will be 2.5 next year.
Yeah.
So he'll be wanting food, so Archie will give his opinion.
Try them all the way. Oh, that's the hash browns. What's all the way hash browns? Oh my God, I've never known. We just get hash browns, right?
Regular large triple.
Gassed,
smothered, covered, chunked with ham in.
Oh. What's all the way?
I don't know.
Is that just a normal hash brown? There's in the comments. Let us know.
Wow. I want to go now.
Ham,
I'm so
eggs,
hungry now.
toast, biscuits, gravy, butter, and syrup. Guess how many flavors of syrup they have? 1. It's fucking syrup-flavored syrup. The entire menu is simple, exactly how it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry, they have hash browns too. Sorry, 11 things, not 10. Anyways, moving on. Another reason they do so good is they actually might be the best fast food chain when it comes to taking care of their employees. They pay them higher than average, they have super flexible schedules, and they're one of, if not the only fast food chain that actually offers all their employees healthcare and dental insurance.
Oh, wow.
I know what you're thinking.
Awesome.
You're like, okay, but really, how good are they actually treating the Waffle House employees? I got the one stat that's everything you need to know, okay? Waffle House treats their employees so well that employees are willing to commute into a natural disaster to work at a different Waffle House when the occasion arises.
Yeah, that's
Waffle
fair
House
play.
is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they fucking mean it, okay? Whenever there's like a hurricane coming or some type of impending natural disaster, Waffle House organizes what they call a jump team, a bunch of Waffle House employees from a different region that's going to be unaffected because they know that their local employees are going to be busy taking care of their own family and their own houses during a hurricane.
That's
So they
good,
bring
you
in
know.
teams from outside the region to work inside of a natural fucking disaster, and they're willing to do it.
I was getting ready to pause.
That takes the stress off their, that is looking after their employees.
That is looking after. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the person going into a natural disaster.
I guess they'd have a choice, wouldn't they? But the fact
They'd
that
have a choice,
the fact
yeah.
that they remain open means people do want to do it. So clearly they are liking their job.
And
aren't
also, if they're in the path of a tornado, they're going to be allowed to leave. Do you know what I mean? They'll be able to get
I
out
don't
of
think
there.
I think if the tornado's about to hit them, I don't think anyone would be in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
Are you looking?
Okay, McDonald's can barely get their employees to show up on a good day, and Waffle House has employees volunteering to commute into a fucking hurricane to make breakfast. And this is the most impressive part of the business because Waffle House has the best logistics and preparedness of any company I've ever seen ever. The only entity that beats them in logistical capacity is the United States military. Waffle House is literally ready for absolutely anything. Every single Waffle House has the playbook inside of it that details exactly how the staff is supposed to handle literally any type of emergency or situation that could possibly arise. And if for some reason the situation comes across that isn't in that playbook, after it happens, they immediately add it to the playbook. It covers tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, a hole in the roof from a branch falling, a car driving into the restaurant. You can drive a car into Waffle House and they're still planning on staying open. The playbook even has detailed plans for every type of disaster for what the local employees, while they're not working, should go home and do to make sure that their house and their family are safe as well.
Wow,
Every
that's
single
so
Waffle
good.
House has a backup generator. The stovetop, it runs on propane, and they have a bunch of extra propane tanks on hand. Flashlights, candles, batteries, backup water. They have a special menu of what they're able to serve when the water is out and they're running on reserve water. When a Waffle House location is going to be in a disaster area, that Waffle House stocks up on extra food, and then all of the neighboring locations in the unaffected area also stock up and stage food there to get them more food when they need it. If Waffle House is a standing structure, those motherfuckers are serving breakfast come hell or high water.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving!
Waffle House is so good at this that FEMA uses them to gauge how bad natural disasters really are. Yes, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, literally uses the Waffle House Index to gauge how bad a disaster is.
Yeah, it's just
green,
mad.
Waffle House is running as normal. Yellow, Waffle House is using the backup generator or having to use an altered menu. Red, Waffle House is closed. People are probably already fucking dead by that point. Waffle House is literally the Terminator of the fast food industry, okay? The fact that the federal government, probably the most powerful entity on the planet, maybe ever, looks at a chain of restaurants and is like, man, if Waffle House is closed, we need to mobilize the National Guard is fucking crazy. Now, maybe you guys are thinking the same thing
It is mad. It literally is just a fast food chain, isn't it? Like, wow.
Was at this point in my research, and I'm like, man, I need to invest in this company. I need to see if I can open up my own Waffle House franchise. This company's awesome. And this is where the bad news comes in. I mean, technically you can franchise a Waffle House, but most of us probably can't. The company is privately owned. It's not on the stock market. It's still owned by the families of the original two founders. And while they do allow franchises, they are super picky about who they let buy in to have a franchise, and they make it very, very expensive to buy in to make sure this is actually what you want. And while that is unfortunate, I think it's actually kind of awesome. It's a company that actually has morals and cares about their image more than they care about next quarter's profits, okay? It's a company that has committed themselves to making breakfast under any circumstances and they're gonna see that through till the very end, even though they could probably make way more money by just selling franchises and letting whoever the fuck throw up a Waffle House. And now for the fairy tale ending. Joe and Tom worked together as best friends for 62 years to build Waffle House into what it is today. They both passed away at the ages of 97 and 98, and now Waffle House and their legacy lives on as that company is still being operated by their kids, and that is the American dream. Get together with one of your best friends, pick a goal, even if it's something as simple as serving breakfast to people, and never let anything get in between you and achieving your goal, even hurricanes and floods and natural disasters, apparently. Work with your best buddy for 62 years straight, and then die together and hand it off to your kids. In conclusion, Waffle House is the most American company ever, and that's why I love it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Clack bang out.
Awesome. Go and check the Fat Electrician videos out. I'm sure all you legends have heard of him.
Yeah.
I'm with my best friend doing videos. FF.
I mean, I love you, but I would be rather eating breakfast with you.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But our goal is 1 million subscribers one day.
1 million subscribers, and I'll be eating that breakfast every day. Because if we get 1 million subscribers, I'll move to the US.
Oh, yeah, we'll say that. If we get
1 million subscribers, I'm gone.
1 million subscribers in the next year, so that means everything's just gone insane to get 800k subs in a year.
1 million subscribers by the 1st of April. This is an April Fool's joke, by the way.
This is an April Fool's.
By the 1st of April 2026,
we'll move to America. It's not going to happen. But anyway, smash that like button, guy. I know. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you legends in the next one. Peace.